Hey, how's it going, guys? Welcome back to the series Mad About Python, and this is the 6th video in this series. And in this video we are going to learn how you make radio buttons using tkinter and Python. And I hope you have seen this somewhere. Tactile buttons, when you click them, they get selected and they give you the output on the screen. So we'll see how you built these radio buttons using tkinter and Python. So to use the radio button in tkinter, there's a keyword itself, radio button. We can utilize that, and the first 6 lines remains the same for every program. If you're not following this series, you can go back and check out the other videos. So I'll just go ahead and create the radio button. So this keyword, radio button. Great. Now you want a radio button inside the root widget. So you go root, and you want to give some name to this radio button. So you give text equals, I'm going to go with option 1, why not? And then this should have a variable. All radio buttons need a variable and a value to display back to the screen. So variable, I'm going to leave this empty for now. We'll come back to this later. And value, I'm going to give as 1. This should return a value 1 because you're clicking option 1. You can give value anything here. And we go ahead and pack this. Great. Now to make this even more interesting, let's just create multiple buttons so that you'll have a menu driven type program. So I'll just go ahead and copy this like 4 times, and then you can rename these like option 1, 2, 3, 4, and they should return some value like 1, 2, 3, 4. All are packed. Great. So your radio buttons are basically ready. Now you want to display those values back to the root widget. Now you have already seen the label widget. So you go ahead and create the label, and then you have the keyword label. Again, you want this inside your root widget, so you give the name root, and text is nothing but this label should get the value from the radio button. So I'll just leave it empty for now. I have to explain you one more concept to get this. So I'll just give it .get, the function get, which you're using in Python. I'll just leave it empty, and I'll go ahead and pack my label. Okay. So once you have done the label, okay. So if you have 4 radio buttons, like 4 options, let's just create another button such as a submit button. So once you click the submit button, it will return the value of the radio button which the user has clicked. So let's just create another button. My button, the keyword button. Again, inside root, give some text. Submit. There you go, submit. And all buttons need some command to act. So give command. Command will just leave it empty for now because we haven't created a function yet. And then we go ahead, my button dot pack. Simple. So we have left the command empty, we have left the text here empty, and we have left the variables empty here. Great. We'll just go to this part of the program before creating radio buttons, and I'm going to create my function. So I'll go function click me, and then this will have a label as the return. So label, go ahead, my label, create a label again, same step guys. Inside root, text should be the value, and this value will even be the parameter, because I want, once the button is clicked, to return one of these values, 1, 2, 3, 4, something like that. And I go ahead and pack my label again. Don't forget to pack your widget guys, otherwise it will show exception error. So once you have packed everything, yeah. So we are missing the variable part here, but we are done with the command. So one more thing, when you're using radio buttons in tkinter, these buttons need some variable, like an integer variable or a string variable. If you're returning a string, In our case, as you can see, 1, 2, 3 are numbers, so we are returning integer variables. So you need to define it before anything else. So once you are done with your function, you just go ahead and give it some variable name such as R. You can give it anything. I'll just go with Q. Q is equal to int var. You can see the keyword int var stands for integer variable. So now your Q is the integer variable throughout the program. And you go ahead and use the Q dot get, because you're getting some value from the int var. And there's an optional step on line 10. If you skip this, there's no problem. It will show you 0 value. You can go ahead and click q dot set, and this set will give some default value, like when the user hasn't clicked anything. So you can give a value like 2, 3, 4, anything here. So I'll just keep it 2 just to show you guys in the output what it looks like. You can keep or you can completely skip this step if you want, but I'll just keep this for now. So this is your default value, and you have given Q as your integer variable for the radio button. Alright, so once this all is done, I can give Q as my variable. So Q, 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 Q. And this is your variable done. And here you have left the text because your label should get the value once the button is clicked. So you'll get Q dot get. And we are only left with the command. And for the command part, I want to explain you something. This is not a new thing. If you're familiar with Python, you know there's a function known as lambda function. In Python, a lambda function is nothing but a single line function declared with no name, which can have any number of arguments, but it can have only one expression. Such function is capable of behaving similarly to a regular function. If you know, in Python, your regular function looks something like def, but you can't use def here. For radio buttons, you use something known as a lambda function, because we need only one expression here to evaluate. So we'll go ahead and use the keyword lambda. It's very simple. Tkinter is basically Python. If you're familiar with Python, you can do great things in Tkinter. So you go ahead and create a function lambda, and lambda, then you go like this, and you know your function already, click me. So you just write the same function here, click me, and inside that function you have your string, your int variable here, which is Q. So you want that to be shown here once you click the button. So you go here, Q dot get, done. That's it. Now this button, when it is clicked, when the submit button is clicked, your lambda will get the value of Q, which is nothing but a string variable. So I'll go ahead and close all the brackets properly. This is packed. Let's just run this program. F5, debug and run. And there you go, guys. Here is your widget. The menu app is ready. Now you can see here, you can click these buttons. These are your radio buttons or the tactile buttons. And you can see here the Q set 2. That's why it is showing by default the value is 2. And when I click option 2 and submit, boom. And then 1, same way, 4, 3. So it is going to show the value like this 1, 2, 3, 4 right here, which you have given, like here 1, 2, 3, 4. And when you select those options, the equivalent value will be displayed in your label. So yeah, that's great. Now if you see this doesn't look that good because everything is aligned in the middle. So I'm going to teach you one last concept in this video. I think we have time left. So I'll just close this. And it's really simple, guys. You go to your pack, and inside your pack you have a parameter called as anchor. Now anchor, to explain this better, you can have a look at your compass. So your compass has north, south, west, east. Same way your anchor can arrange widgets in the direction format. If you want everything to be upward, you can give it north, south. Same way, if you want everything to be aligned equally, you can give west, and everything to be aligned to left to your right side, you can give east. Same way, northeast, southeast, southwest, and northwest works. So keep in mind while you're using anchor. So I'll just go ahead and give anchor is equal to double quotes. I'm going to give it west. We'll just align everything to our left. Yeah, just paste it like this. Now you can see everything is aligned to west. We're gonna run this again. See, now everything is anchored to your left, extreme left, and it still works. You can submit anything. 3, you can submit 4, you can submit 2 again. Yeah. So that was your radio buttons using tkinter and Python. And in the next video, we will look at something which uses string variable instead of int variable. That was wrap for this video, and catch you in the next one.